You know, her name's Alice, but she sure as hell isn't in Wonderland. Now, as far as Resident Evil goes, never really been a big fan. Played a couple of the games, they were all really enjoyable. But for the movies, the first one was decent, but nothing special. The second one was complete and utter crap. Now, the third one was some fun, but still pretty bad. And this one. Now, the only reason I had the only good thing I had going into this movie was that it was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, who directed the first one, being the only one to be above anything decent. And that was about it, because the trailers for this movie were terrible, and even that's almost a compliment, seeing as how much I really hated those trailers. And the TV spots were so annoying. I absolutely hate it when they take a clip from the movie and make it coincide with one of the marketing lines like, "Every shot was made for 3D. Why am I not surprised?" Like, what? Are you shitting me? Oh, So obviously I did not have high hopes for this movie. And even at that, I was just appalled at how crappy this movie was. I mean, yes, there are some fun scenes, but this is probably one of the most dragged out series ever. The first one, yeah, that was cool. It actually had a cool concept, but it was executed for crap. They have a cool concept. The game lines, I've looked into what the actual story is, and it's really cool and interesting, and could make really good movies if only they knew how to actually, like, make this story interesting. Because the parts of the games that were really interesting, aside from the awesome gameplay, was the fact that the story actually carried throughout them all. This one, there was lots of story in the first one, but then after that, they just completely forgot about it. Maybe because they did such a bad job screwing it up in the first one that they would have a hard time kind of recovering it for any of the rest of the series. It really sucks, and it's really sad, because Milla Jovovich is badass, and they've got potential here to make at least an entertaining movie, if not great, but at least something entertaining. But they managed to fail at that. They screwed that up. I know that, like, somewhere deep within, there's a good movie there, because recently I saw the top 5 favorite movies of Paul Anderson, and they were really good. I'm like, dude, why don't you make a movie like that, but with the zombies? You know, there's some really well-directed action scenes, and some other good things going for it, but unfortunately, it's really dulled down by some cheeseball dialogue, and the most gimmicky 3D I've seen in a while. People are hailing it as awesome, but all they're doing is just throwing random things at you. It's not blending anything. This is like the definition of what a gimmick is. And there's so many just cringe-worthy shots. Like, I only thought the dialogue could be cringe-worthy. There's times where they do the slow-motion thing, and it's just really random. And, like, Milla Jovovich, yeah, she works the badass, but there are times where they're giving her crap, and I'm gonna do crap, or it's just retarded. Even if I saw a dude doing it, the way they dress her up, it would still be retarded. I'm not sure why this is a rant so much, because I don't think I hated it nearly as much as I sound like it, but I think I've just got a lot of energy and just disappointed because they had some decent background material to work with here. I remember watching the first one and being really interested with the story they started out with. I thought it would have been really cool, and I thought it could have carried the movies throughout, but unfortunately they just use it as an entrance to get to some mindless action. I stuck through it for the first one. I was like, maybe they'll continue it again with the next one, pick up there, but they completely abandon it. At this point, it's just Milla Jovovich be like, I'm gonna get Umbrella for what they did, and then she goes kill some zombies, says some one-liners, and then the movie ends, and we get a sequel. Overall, this is just a bad movie. I can understand people enjoying the first and third one, really having no enjoyment in the second one, but the other two were just fun. I can understand people going out and seeing them. I just really don't see any reason why this movie needed to be made. because none of the movies have really done all that well at the box office. They get panned by critics, and the audience's reactions are decent at best. So I don't know why they continue with these movies. I don't know why they just didn't try to improve upon them, because now it just seems like they're blatantly combining Terminator with 28 Weeks Later, and very unsuccessfully. So I will give Resident Evil Afterlife a 3 out of 10. This is a very bad movie. Please do not see it. If you are a fan of the series, which I just don't see, just wait till DVD at least. So, no. I'm going to express my feelings towards this movie and show you what the 3D was like all in one. Ah!